and welcome to Wrath of Darkness. I'm Dirt,
I'm BDVampire.
and we are the parents that game. So today, Potsy FN and FX Gamer is currently out. So me and Carl is gonna take kind of reins of this podcast for this episode. This episode topic is quite unique because we're the parents that game. And last few topics, we've really been talking about a little bit of games and a lot of parenting. This time, we're actually going to talk about more about games. So we'll just kind of dive in with different types of games. So what kind of genres do you like? Like puzzles, adventure, first person.
First person's okay for the most part. Mostly it's action and sports is what I usually like.
Okay. So like, what kind of sports games do you like?
Madden 24. It's really big out right now.
So is
big
it
sports.
right? So is it different than the Madden 23 that they came out with? Like, is it really any different, or is it just character?
You can more graphics. You can actually see their tattoos instead of the 23.
So
You can't see their tattoos at all.
there's more depth.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, see, they came out with I don't know if you knew about UFC 3. I actually own it. Or yeah, I think it's 3. No, it's 4. Sorry, UFC 4. I own UFC 4 and they came out with the 5th one. I actually bought it and only played it for like an hour and ended up refunding it because it's literally the only thing that's different is your point system. Like how you boost your character up. The only thing that's different is the point system. I mean, you can change your color of your character. That's it.
Right.
That's only the two new things.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna say I'm not into sports games, but like, I like fighting games. I'm real big on fighting games. So like, UFC would be kind of my thing. I mean, I got the I think it's 23 version of wrestling, and really wasn't too big of a fan of it. I really didn't like. To be honest, I never got into the football games, or the baseball, or the hockey. So mine would be more like racing, adventure, first person RPGs, casual. I wouldn't say puzzle games because I don't necessarily like puzzles. But like now if you're talking about like a puzzle to like craft something, so like you need this and this to craft this, so you can turn around and get this to use this and this to craft this. Like that I can do. But like fucking puzzle, nah. Like I ain't gonna lie, I could take a Sudoku. A Sudoku? I could take a Sudoku.
I can't. I can't.
But like what type of games, okay, so on that topic, what type of games have you seen like that interest you lately? Like other than the topics that you listed, the genres that you listed. What like have you seen any games that like genre wise that interest you? Like, I don't need to know the names. But, like, say for an example, they've been hyping up the NBA 24.
Yeah.
Like, that would be, like, something in an example-wise. Me, for an example, I've been seeing a lot about Suicide Squad. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't say I'm not too fond of it. It's the fact of, I'm not too keen. Because I played Gotham Knights, the new Batman game, and the movement in the game sucked.
Right.
So
I've been seeing Suicide Squad, and just by the looks of it, yeah, it does suck.
it looks like it's gonna be pretty much another Gotham Knights, where pretty much you can have more than one person play at a time, and work together kind of thing. Because like that's how Gotham Knights was. It's like you had 4 characters. You get to pick one of those 4 characters. You can now note you can alternate between these characters, but you pretty much pick one and you just focus on that one. Each one has missions, a story, all types of shit, and they all get their unique abilities, their gadgets, their bikes, their clothing. Other than that, literally everything else between them was the same. There was nothing special between each one. Like I mean, yeah, cool. One guy gotta have a gun. The other guy got a batarang.
Right.
Like that was really all naturally like that was it. I mean, the only fun part about Gotham Knights is the fact that say I'm in the middle of a fight, feeling like I'm getting my ass kicked, and next thing I know, here comes my buddy jumping off the rooftop, dropping on somebody, kicking ass with me. Like that was the fun part about it. But like traveling around the city, like literally in Gotham Knights, you had to. The way that they built the game is that you was going to use your bike 24/7. But you don't get unlock your bike until later
Right.
on. Literally, like it's like I think like 3 hours after you play the game that you unlock your bike.
Yeah.
So literally half the time you're like ziplining across rooftops, trying and literally half. So I don't know if you remember playing Arkham, Arkham Knight and Arkham City of Batman.
Yes, I do.
You remember how most of the rooftops you could grapple onto.
Right.
Gotham Knights you could not. There's only certain rooftops you can grapple onto.
Damn.
Yeah. So like that's what I mean by the movement kind of sucked. Is like they limited it. They limited it. So like
Right.
when I watched the trailer for the Suicide Squad, it seems like that's what they're going to be doing is limiting you to certain aspects. Because like for an example, they was watching. They did. I guess you could say gameplay or it was a cinematic, one of the two. But you see them fighting the Flash that's poisoned. They're all pretty much
Yeah.
poisoned. I don't know how. I don't know how they're poisoned. I just know they're poisoned. But they're sitting there fighting a Flash, and you literally watch each character swooping around this Flash, hitting them,
Mm-hmm.
and like it literally goes to each person's view. But you also like in that person's view, you see the person that you just was like over here in the corner. You know what I mean? So like I don't know.
Right.
It kind of seems like it's gonna be another Gotham Knights, but it's too early to judge. I haven't really seen any actual beta gameplay, so I couldn't necessarily say. But it definitely looks like it's not gonna be the funnest. Interesting for sure. Fun.
One of them that I think is pretty awesome that I in my opinion, um, people might think I'm weird for this, but I am a wrestling fan. 2K24.
Okay. And why?
It's well, they have a cover. The cover and everything. Their cover is like their superstars. So one of them is Rhea, and if people don't know who Rhea is, she's a wrestler, but
In the women,
she's
and
on
no, hang
there
on,
on one of them.
no, in the women's division, she is a wrestler in the
Yes, in the
women's
women.
division.
Yes,
Because there are two different divisions. A lot of people think, well, a
yes,
lot of people think a lot of the women fight with the men. There are matches that are built like that, but in all reality, there's two different divisions, a men's and a women's.
but like she's on one of the covers, and Bianca Belair, she's another women's division. But both of them are on covers, and it's a deluxe cover. But they're bringing back a lot of old matches, like the casket match, um,
What is the casket?
ambulance.
Ain't that where you put
You
somebody in a
basically what?
casket and then
Yes,
nail
you
it
basically put
shut?
somebody in the casket.
Dude, I remember that.
Yes,
I remember that. I remember that from what I think it was.
and then
It was dude. It was one of the original wrestling games. I actually remember that. Me and my brother.
Undertaker.
Yep.
Undertaker
Yep.
does that.
Yep.
That was his original match.
Yeah. Putting him in a casket.
Yes,
Dude, that
and
was
well, they're
cool.
bringing that back, and then guest referee, they're bringing that back, and they're bringing the ambulance match back, meaning you put them in the ambulance and you shut the door
And then the
and
match is
you
over.
win the
Right.
match.
Right.
Yes,
So have
but
you?
they're bringing a lot of old things back that are not in the 2K20, 2K20 games.
Right. Well, it's kind of like if you ever played the original Saints Rows, any of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
you remember insurance fraud? They brought that back
Mm-hmm.
into the new one, to the reboot, pretty much. And then they also did they had a Yankee Bowl where you pretty much some of them were like you was a ball of yarn and you go around and murder mascots. They also brought that back,
Yeah.
but their Yankee Bowl here is a little bit different. It's like It's more like a war zone. Like you pretty much you get to be a contestant, go to the Yankee Bowl, and you literally murder people. It's pretty much like it's like it's like a way for assassins to get known and to be able to get hired, I guess. It
Right, right, right.
But like they did the same thing. They brought some old factors to the game, to a new game that people loved. And like I like how when you beat the game, because like I said, if you've ever played the new one, if you beat the game, they actually make it where you can do insurance fraud
Hmm.
anywhere.
Awesome.
So like it's pretty interesting. So yeah, no, I can definitely see them bringing some old things back into the new games. They definitely should have done it sooner. They would have probably made a lot more money, saved a lot of money.
Oh
Um,
yeah, oh yeah.
but also in that factor, you got to think of like production, COVID. I mean, everything that's happened in the last 4 years. I mean, it's been a lot. So
Yeah,
like,
and 2K22, I believe they have no 2K20. They have the COVID matches with just the um
is that
the
where like
screens.
I was gonna say, is that where the people audience is like digital screens?
Yes.
That's stupid. See, I do remember that I played, I think it was NBA 23. They literally look, 22 didn't have it. 23 came out and you're seeing literally mask.
Hmm.
Like the mask that goes around your face that you used to wear for
Yeah.
COVID. You would literally look when you played 23, literally for like face accessories, that was the one of the first fucking things was facial mask. My question is look,
Wow.
hang on. Well, here's my question. I get it, but why the fuck are you gonna put a facial mask for a disease in a video game where the disease don't live? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense because
Yeah.
that doesn't. You get my point. It doesn't make sense. So like, it's kind of strange, but they have done it, so I believe it. I believe it. I'm pretty sure USC 5 also did the same.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie, I'm not really. I wouldn't say I'm not too many into many sports games. I'm just not really fond of them. Like my thing is like the factor of needing wanting somebody to play with.
Mhm.
Like that is the problem right now. Like if you watch the Wrath of Darkness YouTube channel where of course this podcast is posted, um, we do quite a few game selections, and I think I think naturally like that's where I fit is anywhere but a sports game.
Right, right, right.
But no, my point was is like most of the time, most of the games that we've been playing have been solo games. We're trying to do more multiplayer games, but it's also hard trying to find a game that we all like and we all will enjoy and play. So
Yeah.
I mean, it all fits into the aspect of like the whole point of the NBA and football games is so you can play with other people, other online people,
Mhm.
play with friends. So that's kind of the ideal.
There's another game that's been kind of catching my eye is the Bully game.
Oh, you're talking about that bully from 2005?
It- Yeah, on the PlayStation 2.
I, yeah, PlayStation 2 and Xbox
Yeah,
360. I
yeah,
think
that's been catching my eye lately.
what about it?
Because they're remastering, remaking it for PS4
Are they
and
really?
the other,
And
yes.
my bad. It came out October 17th, 2006. My bad. But it's from what I've realized, it's like Grand Theft Auto, man. For real, for real.
Yeah.
Like I think going back and playing some of the old games, like the idea of remastering sounds great, but like if you all ever talk to FX, and FX will
Oh yeah.
go in great detail that some of the aspects of like old games can't be revamped. So like they stay the same, the
I I
quality stay the same.
I agree.
I agree to a point. So like my thing is like if you're gonna bring back a game, remaster it. Remaster it the way it should be. But if you're just gonna go, oh well, here's an old game, here you go. you got to kind of think of like ways to remake the game but keep the game the same. Because like the idea is
Right.
to make people feel the nostalgia of the game. Not make them feel like they're playing 2006 games. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So like same thing on like Need for Speed Most Wanted. I mean, or no,
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit. Sorry, Hot Pursuit.
Hot
Hot Pursuit.
Pursuit.
Because they remastered that, or no, they remastered Most Wanted. Wait, I thought it was called Hot Pursuit Most Wanted. And it's a good one. But they brought back the Most Wanted. Originally, when they
Right.
brought it
Right. Right.
back, it was a free roam game. Then they re-brought it back, and it's no longer a free roam game. It's kind of like the game Heat, Need for Speed Heat. If you've ever played that,
Hmm.
that game was ass.
Yes.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I love like when y'all came out like in general, and no, they might not the makers may never see this video, but like when you make a game like Need for Speed Rivals, and then coming out with a game that has no free roam aspect, you're shitting on your game. Like it's terrible because like you're going, hey, well this game's free roam. Now I want to play that game. Your next game comes out, I think it's free roam. I play it, and it's not.
Right. Right. Right.
Anyway, so yeah, so there, I mean, there's different types of games that everybody likes to play. So like in a way, what games would like in the future? What games would you allow your kids to play? Like what types of games would you expect your kids to be a part of?
Me personally, I would say one game that they catch an eye on with me playing is the WWE game.
Right. Well, for an example, like when I was a kid, and I mean when I was a kid, like really young, I used to play GTA 2 or 3. It was 2 or 3. It was one of the two. It was from PlayStation 2. Okay, that's all I know. But it was a Grand Theft Auto, and I used to play it. Never understood the game, didn't understand the story mode, didn't understand like how to go to locations to do story missions. So like,
Right. Right. Right.
would you allow your kid to play something like that?
I
Be
personally
honest.
no,
Be honest.
no.
Look, I don't care. I don't care.
To be honest with you, no. To be honest with you, no.
Why?
Because for one, kids are going to repeat things when they watch something or see something. So when I play personally, I play GTA. So when I play GTA, it's either when they're not even around or they're asleep.
Right? And
I
like
personally do not want them to play GTA because of the simple fact of GTA can get kids to do violent things. Honestly,
right. So like what games would you allow? Like in all honesty, you said wrestling. So like what other game would you
yes.
allow? Like would you allow for an
Um,
example, would you allow a Batman game?
yes.
Why?
I mean, yes, because it's still fighting, but there's no
How
there's
is it
no
hang on,
cussing in it.
how is it okay, but how is it any different from GTA? You're still fighting people. Technically, I mean, they hang on. Technically, to us, we know that we're knocking the people out, but to them kids, they don't know
Right,
that. So like how I mean I'm not trying to sit here and say Batman is a Grand Theft Auto, but like in
right,
a
right, right,
sense,
right,
if
right,
you're thinking of it like that, then how are you not thinking Batman like that? You know what I mean?
right, right.
So like the idea that the way that I see it is like Mario Kart. I would let my kid play Mario Kart. I will let my kid play Mario. Um Now would I let my kid play like GTA? No. Would I let my kid, for an example, play Power World? No. Would I let my kid play Minecraft? No. And it's the factor of like violence. And I'm not saying that the violence in the video games is going to rub off onto the kids, but you're right. When they're little, all they do is repeat. Like that's all they do. So when it comes to doing
Right.
something like that, like they see, oh well, I'm just whacking a sheep with a sword. Well, now say they got a toy sword and they start whacking your dog, thinking that they're gonna kill your dog. You know what I mean? So like that's why I say no, like the Minecraft and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna be honest, Batman would probably be more like Batman, Minecraft, GTA. No offense, I was a kid, I used to play that shit. So I can't necessarily say, well, I wouldn't let you play it. I would restrict it to it like an age limit, like 10.
Right.
So, just keeping that in mind, um, there's always different games and different aspects of the way to look at things. Like as a parent, you got to look at every aspect. So I don't know if you've seen on Facebook, but there's always constantly I'm coming across these petitions about these toys that look and perverted, but they're a fucking kid's toy.
Right.
A kid don't see the impervertedness in it. So why is it not okay? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
no different than Barbie. No different than Barbie. For an example, they might have a clapper toy that looks like that symbolizes a dick, for an example. Bro, I could literally strip Barbie straight down to her tits.
Mm-hmm.
How is that not an issue?
Right. Right. Right.
Like, I get it. Like, yeah, she literally. I don't want to go any further, but she don't have no private parts. Let's put it like that. Okay. Neither does Ken. But she still got tits, which is, no offense, is a private part. But we're gonna go ahead and end it there, guys. I am Derp,
I am BDVampire.
and we are the parents that game. Stay tuned to the next episode.